And I will not be surprised if it gets good because I'm on board with the coaching hire. I'm on board with the staff hires on the coaching staff. I'm on board with this hire. I don't see any way that you would have to be a complete moron or a Miami hater who refuses to just reason with logic to point to any of those hires and say that they weren't good hires.
Absolutely. And like we've said before, Mark, we have to go out here and yes, we're laying a great foundation. And someone said, "Well, does this equate to you guys finally winning the ACC?" I'm hoping. I'm hoping, and it may not just be this year. Again, this ain't the NFL where it's free agency, y'all. Okay, these young men are going to be able to finally be coached and be a part of, as the Southerners would say, a program. I would say a program. It's a soft A if grammar is ever taught, but grammar isn't taught in some of those pulled up countries. Anyway, it is just beautiful, man. It's a great thing. It's a great thing to see a bunch of the former Miami, not even University of Miami alum, but just Dade County high school coaches getting opportunities to come on and be a part of our staff. Uh, Coach Roland Smith, Miami Northwestern and Miami Central, and of course he is a Miami Hurricanes alum. He played with Coach Cristobal, but anyhow, he has an opportunity, and now he's on staff at the University of Miami as head of high school relations for the University of Miami, not just the football program, but University of Miami athletics, being able to connect and give back to our program and to our community and to the communities that have fed into us in Dade and Broward County, fed the athletes into the university that has helped this university build their $1 million buildings and build their great schools that make it a university was built on the back of these young men on our football field. And the great thing is we are giving back to that. So we have that coming in, Coach Radakovich, the A plus staff, or I would say A to A plus staff. They got to go out there and win games, but on paper it is an A plus staff, in my opinion. And it continues to work and it continues to build. It's not about they're not out here talking. They're not out here doing a bunch of videos, and they ain't got people out here clotheslining, running into dummies that say 6 and 7. It ain't about props. It ain't about talking.
I never heard that one.
Oh, you. Oh, so the first week that Manny Diaz was our head coach, um, he built a ring in the middle of our indoor practice facility and had players running back and forth off the ropes, clotheslining and choke slamming dummies that said 6 and 7. Videoed it and then put it out.
He was the coach when they went 6 and 7.
Yeah. 7 and 6, 7 and 6. Then next
the
year,
Mark
after
Richt.
doing all
Okay, the final Mark
6 and 7.
Richt season. Gotcha.
So
Okay.
yeah.
Well, yeah, we do have a couple of Oregon fans that are getting after it in the chat. Well, Mario Cristobal won a Pac-12 championship exploring with Ben. You should know that.
Hey, again, I don't think much can take this smile off my face. Unless we wake up tomorrow and Deion Sanders is the head coach at Tallahassee, not much is making me take this smile off my face when it comes to the University of Miami and our football program. It's that simple.
Falcon Rex, yes, I will move the Miami helmet for you in the super chat. It's going to take a super chat, I think, every show to move whatever helmet to the forefront because I can't always position the helmets or know where they're going to be when we size down these shots. So where do you want this helmet? Right there? Does that work for you? I put it right here, so it was front and center when we started the show. So there we go. How's that?
Yeah, we can see it. We can see it.
Okay. All right. If I get too many more helmet comments here in the next few weeks, I might be clearing the whole shelves. I might just clear the shelves and be like, you know what? I'm sick of moving helmets around at everybody's requests. But
is it really a consistent thing? Are people really on you about that all the time?
Yeah, they are.
Well, I mean, if you know you got a live coming up, just put it in the view before you hit live.
Well, I do. But we don't always know what kind of camera angle it's going to be once
Oh, that's a good point.
we
Yeah, that's
take
a
it.
great point.
So, because all right, that's I think I'm going to do that. That will just push some buttons. I'm going to do that for about a week. I'm just going to clear. I think I'll do it tomorrow. I'm going to clear all the helmets out, and people are just going to go nuts.
I don't see why you should do that. I mean, I think it
I
adds a
I
great.
I just
People
want
love
to.
it,
I
man.
want to see the response. I want to see the reaction of people if I just empty the shelves and no helmets for a while.
Don't hurt our feelings, Mark.
Same content, just no helmets, no helmets. Then I don't have to hear. Well, I'll hear about it, but it'll just be different, and I'll get some amusement out of it. All right, so we got Chris here. Go Canes. How's Canes Nation doing? How's Mark? Wholesome one. No
Good now.
D and Rogers doing great. Great to be a Hurricanes. Hurricanes. Alonzo Highsmith is here.
He's here. He is. He is. So, Mark, for you, I'll ask
Yes.
you when we talk about these off the field additions, um, in your mind, as someone who is as best as you can objective, how important are some of these off the field hires in your opinion?
Well, this guy, this resume is ridiculous.
Right.
Alonzo Highsmith. So if you were getting that resume without the connection to Miami, I would still be applauding, saying that's a solid hire. That's somebody who, wow, the more college football becomes like the NFL with player movement, with roster maintenance, with a lot of other things, then that's another top flight mind and knowledge and experience base. But on top of that, as we've talked about with Mario Cristobal, I do think that there is, now it's not always the answer because guys have come back to their school for whatever reason it didn't work out. But most of the time, you marry that kind of experience and knowledge and expertise with having a passion for the school, the team, the program, the product on the field. Absolutely. That's an amazing hire. Charlie Strong still floors me as an amazing hire at the linebacking coach position. That guy can coach defense as well as 5 or 10 other guys in the country as a defensive coordinator.
And he's just linebackers, Mark. And that's it.
And
you got like six
that's where you
guys that
need
he
him.
focuses, and that's it.
And that's where you need him.
Yeah. Yeah. And that, it's hard not to get uber excited for it, to be honest with
Sure.
you.
No, I get it. I understand it. Absolutely.
And you just don't see how something like this can equate to some 6-6 kind of season, some 7-5 first year head coach kind of season. And that's why I've been I'm confident, always will be. But you try to be a little careful with it because, being humble is probably the best route. You can be confident in yourself and confident in your program, but they still have to go out here and get it done. And I'm confident in the work that I know that they're going to have to put on the football field to win. Okay, and to be able to start for us. Long are the days where you could just walk in and say, I'm so and so 5-star, I'm the corner, and I'm starting because I'm the number one corner in the nation. There's nothing you can do about it. With that attitude, you'll be in the portal and you can go somewhere else and be blessed, have a great life. Or long are the days of us in the media having to come on and beg and plead for us to please stop with the whole 3-star U crap. Please go get and recruit some 4 and 5 star. Like give some effort because they were very, very open recruitments where and stories have come out now. DK Metcalf, who was a top 10 wide receiver in the country, Dalvin Cook, of course. Like it's been plenty of stories that have come out recently of the previous staffs, not just Manny Diaz. For those of you who feel like I complain about Manny Diaz all the time, not just Coach Manny Diaz. This happened under Coach Rent, okay, in 2016, where DK Metcalf reached out to our recruiting department and they said, well, you've been committed to Ole Miss for 2 years. We're not going to waste our time. And he's openly telling them, if you commit to me, I'm gonna come. I'm gonna commit if you commit. If you commit to me and recruit me and come after me, I will go there. Nope. Just flat out said. So long are those days where we feel scared or we feel like our brand or our you isn't good enough to be in the same conversations with an Alabama, with a Notre Dame, with an Oklahoma, with the USC, as far as in recruiting. All right. Now, if you want to talk about on the football field, we are light years away from those people, but probably not USC, but definitely Alabama and Georgia, and even Notre Dame right now, who is a really nice program. And that's saying a lot coming from a Miami Hurricanes fan to be able to give Notre Dame their due respect. But it we're finally no longer going to be fearful. We can step in the paint with the best. And if you just so happen to beat us, if you just so happen to beat us on the football field, you just so happen to beat us in the recruiting trail, we can look you eye to eye, man to man, shake your hands, jog to our locker room, and try to fix and work on ourselves. I could not say that for, I would say, at least the last 12 years.